Hello, hello, hello. Once again, I'm TheFish, and I'm here to bring you guys another awesome Starcraft 2 cast. So another game from the TSL qualifiers. We've got Liquid Zenio, who's the young Korean who's joined Team Liquid, versus TSL Center. So he's playing for Team SCV Life and one of Pult's practice partners. So this should be a pretty good game. It's going to be on Daybreak, and it's going to be TVZ. So what are some of the trends that we're seeing on this map in Daybreak? Well, one of the things that I've noticed is Terran's continuing to use mech in this matchup. They like to open Hellions because you have some really nice locations at the natural and the third base where you can do some nice harassment with Hellions. And well, I've seen a number of different strategies come out of Zerg players to try and deal with that. But in general, like I've been saying, well, Terrans have been complaining a lot about Zerg being strong, but it hasn't really been showing itself so much in Korea. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of tactics Center likes to use here against Zenio, who's a really, really good Zerg player. Zenio's going to do some damage to this initial SCV, but Center all over that. I'm not going to let him do anything major. And early drone scout by Zenio, which is something that you don't normally see a lot of times on NA ladder, but it's a good thing for him to do, because what it allows him to do is actually see what Center is doing. He sees that a gas has not yet been taken, and it's going to allow him to know if maybe some early Banshees are coming. It'll let him know, pretty much give him the 411 on what's going on. So Center now is going to be starting that Marine, and that drone is now probably going to start to head safely back home. Zenio going for the expansion and then going for the pool. So a very economical build by Zenio, and so far so standard, nothing out of the ordinary. And this drone's still hiding there. Well, he's going to now finally be sent home. So guys, if you get a chance, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Let's see if there's anything you'd like me to commentate on. One of the things that I like to do is play different and unusual types of games. I'm working on getting into the Masters League in 4 versus 4, although I'm still only Diamond and everything else, so it's been kind of tough, but I have a lot of different strategies for team games if you want to see those. I can post some more replays now that I've been getting better and refining them. I've also been playing as Protoss lately, so I recently switched from Zerg to Protoss just for fun. I do play random sometimes as well. You know, I think it's fun to get, I try not to take it too seriously. I try to just learn all the different races and have a good time. So we're going to have to see what Zenio wants to do. Most likely he'll try and get out a bunch of queens, like 4 or 5 or 6 queens. Use that to spread a lot of creep. And he'll probably be pretty effective with that. So it's going to be Hellions for Center. This factory is going to finish up right before that reactor does. He'll swap the buildings, and then he'll start to pump out some Hellions. So now here's something really interesting. Zenio is going for a fast layer. Now I wonder why he's going to do that. It's a very fast layer. Well, there's a few possibilities. One is Mutilus, of course. Another could be, well, I'm trying to think. What could he do? Normally, you could go for a fast Infestor, Ling Infestor. That's probably most likely going to be one of those two. I know that you could go for a fast Nidus Worm or something, but I don't think we'll see any of that kind of stuff. So let's see what Zenio is planning here. Now deviating a little bit from the norm. Standard's going to be throwing down a bunker, and he's only pumped out about 3 Marines so far, so he will not be too safe. But once these Hellions pop out, they should be nice against, should be really good against Zerglings. Now there's a few things that Center can do to try to transition beyond that. He's going to go for Marauder out of this Rax. He could go for Marauder Hellion, or he could transition into Marines Hank after this. So Center's going to be moving in here, try and maybe do some harassment, deny some creep spread from Zenio. Zenio deciding to stick with 2 queens, so it's looking, oh yeah, okay, Spire's coming down. It's got both of these extractors up, so it's definitely going to be a Mutalisk Zergling build for Zenio. And a bunch more Hellions. How many Hellions is he going to decide to make, though? That's the interesting part. And a starport coming down. 2 more barracks. So, well, interesting. Center may just transition into straight up bio after this. You could. That's another thing you can do. You've got your Hellions. Oh, those Hellions went the wrong way. You can get your Hellions out to try and gain some map control, and then switch into bio to try and... one of the things that's toughest to deal with is, of course, banelings. And banelings are made a lot tougher when the Zerg has a lot of creep. So you can use the Hellion to try and deny some creep spread. Although he's not being very active with these Hellions, sort of just leaving them there, not even using them to scout much. Yeah, so that's interesting. And so Center, what's he going to have? He's actually going to be fairly well equipped to deal with the Mutalisk, considering how many Marines are coming out. So we're going to see how good is Zenio's micro going to be. What's he going to be doing? No +1 coming out yet for these mutas, which just popped out. And Center's going to start working on some medevacs, and we'll have to see what he wants to do. Is he going to go for drops? And, moving out with a few Marines here. What are you looking for, Zenio? What are you looking for? Are you looking for mutas? Because that's what's coming your way. And, Zenio, watch out. Oh, he's actually just going to engage, and not good because Stim has finished, or... Oh, I guess it hasn't finished. Oh, Stim is just about to finish. And Zenio's going to get some SCV kills, but really how much is he going to be able to do? Only a few Mutalisks, and actually the medevacs are just going to keep healing the SCVs. He will get a Mule and a few SCVs, so not bad. That will work in his favor. A few Zerglings trying to come in as well, but they're going to run right into some bio and get killed off. And Zenio choosing to engage a little early there. I think that his unit count wasn't very high, but just some harassment, keeping TSL Center off balance. And it's going to start becoming a macro game now. So Center now is going to be able to go on the offensive, although, oops, more Zerglings coming back into your base, and he's going to try and get some of these add-ons. Now a sizable number of about 10 Mutalisks, and he's going to do some more damage here. And this is what you can do with Mutalisks. You can be annoying, do some damage, and now Center's going to throw down some missile turrets, and that's going to help him out, against those Mutalisks. Third orbital coming down, a few Hellions coming out, and I was wondering where his forces went. Yeah, there they are. So he's got all his units in these medevacs. Looks like he wants to do a drop, but if he runs into these, it's going to be game over for him. So even more Mutalisks coming for Zenio, and this is kind of the old school style of TVZ that you didn't used to see, or that you did used to see a lot, but it kind of fell out of style a little bit. Now it's kind of making a bit of a resurgence, especially in Korea. Mutalisk Zergling is really tough to deal with, and oh man, Center's really got nothing to deal with this, and all these SCVs are in big trouble now. He's coming in with a few Marines, so that should be able to ward them off. Meanwhile, Center setting up for a big attack onto Zenio. Looks like he wants to go for the third base. Smart choice there. And a bunch of Mutalisks were killed, but also so were a bunch of SCVs. Let's check the units lost tab, and it's actually going to be favoring Zenio a little bit. Now Center moving in here to the third base, and he's going to get a nice surround. Oh, watch out for these banelings. Is he going to be able to take out the banelings? He's getting surrounded, and all these banelings are actually... Oh! Actually, a little bit of missed micro there by Zenio. He had his banelings in great position, but then they just went after the Marauders. If he had waited a second longer, he would have been able to take out most of these Marines, I think. And now Center actually killing off the third base. And that's going to be tough for Zenio, and he's just going to go right back home now. So mission accomplished. Marines head back home for some shore leave, and then Now Zenio wants to continue to be annoying with these Mutalisks, but he lost a bunch of them. And this is kind of the trap that you can fall into as a Zerg in this position, is simply that once you start kind of doing these trades, you need to trade efficiently with the Marines, with the Terran. It can be difficult to do so though, because well, Marines are decent when they're microed properly, and you know, Banelings are not free, and neither are Mutalisks, so you really have to manage your gas, how you spend it. So now Zenio has a significant number of mutas again. He looks like he wants to come in for some more harassments, but he's going to run right into a bunch of Marines, and I don't really see what Zenio can do here, and this command center not moving in. Zenio's going to be checking for the third. It's not there. Now he's going to try and get a nice flank move onto Center's natural, and he's going to do some damage, but those Marines are going to come in, and he will manage to do a little splash damage, pick off that refinery, just be annoying, but not going to really be able to get all that much done. Baneling speed, +1/+1 on the way for Zenio, but another problem with this build is that you can get behind on upgrades that you need to focus your gas on other stuff, and now Center's going to have 2-1 upgrades versus Zenio's looks like it's going to be 0-1. So upgrade advantage going to Center, and also probably the army advantage at this point. No, actually the army advantage is going to be within Zenio's favor. So what's Zenio going to do? He's going to go for a big counterattack here. He's going to go running right into the natural. Meanwhile, Center moving in towards the third base, scanning for burrowed Banelings. Zenio looks like he's going to get a lot of kills here, and oh my goodness, here come the Banelings. Whoa. Oh, that was a massive Baneling hit right there. A ton of units going down. But this Thor looks like he's probably going to be able to hold off. TSL Center's natural is going to go down, but at the same time the third base for Zenio is going to die, and Zenio not going to bother trying to push up this ramp. He's just going to go home and try and defend his own natural, but whoa, there's a ton of Banelings. I don't think that Center's really going to be able to do much about this, and Zenio looking to be in a really good spot here. So, and +3 infantry weapons coming out though for Center, so these Marines are going to get really strong, as well as vehicle weapons. So Marines and Thors are going to be tough though for Zenio to deal with. He's gonna, looks like he wants to try and find that army. He doesn't know where it is. It's just camped out in the corner of the map over here. Zenio rightfully wants to engage that force, but he just he can't seem to find it. And whoops, what are these units doing? They're gonna run right into siege tanks and get blown up. That's what's gonna happen, and he's going to have to back off here. So Zenio remaking his third base. He seems to be in a good spot. He's got a big harvester lead at the moment. And I'm really loving the style. Ling Muta, it's, you know, it kind of fell out of popularity, but it's now coming back, and I love watching it. It's just a great style to watch. And forcing the stim there from Zenio, and a lot of Zerglings. It looks like he wants to attack from many different angles at once, and this could be very effective against this army. It's secluded, there's no way for him to reinforce, there's only a few medevacs and 2 siege tanks. And here we go, coming in for the big flank attack. Zenio's going to be able to pick off most of this army, it looks like, and a nice target fire by those tanks, actually, picking up a massive group of Banelings. So Center doing everything that he can in that bad situation. It was not a good day to be a Marine, but well, Center's army got destroyed pretty badly there, and uh-oh, look what's going on here. Oh no, burrowed Banelings, oh, that's nasty. A bunch of Marines falling there, and Zenio gonna come in here, and oh, big shots going up for that Thor. But will it be enough? I don't know. Good trade here for Zenio regardless. Both players are losing about 30 supply, although it looked like Center actually came out of that engagement pretty decently. Zenio is going to manage to save a few Mutalisks. Center now down to only 67 supply and a 4th base on the way for Zenio. Infestation pit coming down, so we should start to see him start to tech up towards either Broodlords or Ultralists endgame stuff. 2-2 upgrades coming down are going to finish around the same time as 3-2 for Center, so the upgrades are starting to catch up. The army supply, of course, is well, it's actually going to be in Zenio's favor. And things are looking pretty good for Zenio at this point. Center, where is he? He actually had to use his third command center for his natural. He's trying to remake another one here. Zenio's going to come back in. He knows there's no third base and nice, clever baneling mines here. Zenio trying to pick off that medevac. He gets it, and then he's going to try and go for the mineral line. But there's still a couple of missile turrets there. He's going to do what harassment he can, and then he's going to back off. He wants to kind of bait the Marines over to these landmines, but Center is conscious of them now, and, well, not sure what he's going to be really able to do. Center coming out. This force is looking kind of weak, though. And, oh, no, more baneling landmines. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, man. This is a pretty good game so far, and wow, that is a lot of mutalisks. He's coming in with about 18 mutalisks. He's going to try and do some damage here. And baneling landmines. Zenio is going to start picking off stuff in the main base, and Center is forced into a situation that he does not want to be in, having to send his main units, his main army out. And oh, nice stim there. He's going to force these mutalisks back, and he's going to start to push the third base of Zenio, which is pretty much undefended at the moment. These Zerglings are coming back around, and oh, looks like this base is going to die. He does save the drones, though, so that's good. Nice siege up right in time, but I think this army is about to get completely annihilated here. All the Zerglings coming in, all the mutalisks coming in. He didn't even need to send the mutalisks in, actually. He probably should have just left them out. And, oh, drones, where are you going, drones? Meanwhile, these banelings continue to be a threat. I'm going to try and keep my eye on them. And, oh, this could be really bad here, because Center's going to want to transfer all of his units down to his third, and these banelings are waiting for him. Oh, no. Oh, he is going to scan, so very nice move by Center. He's not going to... Oh, man, I thought we were going to see this whole train of units just get completely annihilated there for a second. And GG, says Center. And it was about to be game over. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the last battle, but Zenio coming in here. Really no way that Center can continue to fend this. Supplies were doubled at that point, so... Good game. Well played by Zenio. I want to see more of him now with that cool style of Zergling Mutalisk. I love watching that style, so... well, unfortunately, the Terrans are going to have a bad day today. It was well played by Center, but a little bit better played by Zenio. Anyway, if you guys liked the video, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, whatever, I don't care. And once again, I'm TheFish. Thanks for watching.